This is the Lobo Pod with the voice of the Lobos, Robert Portnoy.
Hello again, Lobo fans, and welcome into another edition of your Lobo Pod. I'm your host, Robert Portnoy. We stick to the gridiron with the Lobos 2 games into the 24 regular season, and we're joined by standout wide receiver Luke Wysong. Luke, it's great to be with you in this forum for the first time. How you doing, man?
Yeah, of course. I'm doing great. Nice to be here.
It's great having you, and I love getting a chance to talk with someone who has so much history at the University of New Mexico now. You're in your 4th season.
For sure.
But since we've got this recent stuff that's gone on here, the first 2 weeks of the regular season, let's talk about that. And I want to get to the great play against Arizona because it was amazing. You absolutely balled out against the Wildcats. But go back to week 1 because, again, you had a tremendous game, and it was nip and tuck, came right down to the finish with Montana State. I know you have family and friends in the stands for every home game. And you're back off of injury from last year. What was the feeling getting onto the turf at University Stadium?
Yeah, for sure. It was something that was really exciting for me. I've been waiting a long time for this, and just being able to go out there and prove myself and everything that I've done throughout the offseason that, like, I was doing right. I was working so hard on and off the field, whether it was, like, routes, techniques, skills, like, all that stuff. But I was doing everything else, too, like, diet, hydration, like body work, mind work, spirit work, everything. So like just being able to put everything like out there like for show was something that I was like really proud of.
Well, you should be proud. And it was a record-setting day for you, the most receiving yards that you had ever had in a game. And doing that off a season where you only got in 4 games. And in your first contest of the year, there's something about game 1 of the season, man.
Yeah.
You come out of the gates ready.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just prepare myself a certain way, and just being able to go out there and handle all these like emotions and not get too high or like too low in anything during the game, and just being able to control myself. And that's something that I've worked on throughout the off season as well, just being able to control myself and my emotions and how I feel. So yeah, it's good. I was just really focused all week and just had like intentional, deliberate practice days and just paid attention to everything that my coaches said.
Well, it was a tremendous performance, and talk a little bit more about the preparation for this season, because something that you've had to deal with at your size since you got on campus is injury. And we saw it a year ago when you went down. There was a catch against New Mexico State. Rewind for a second to that play because it was tremendous. I think it was a 41-yard grab, and then how it turned out that you injured your shoulder on that play early last season.
Yeah, Dylan had ended up throwing me this ball kind of like over the middle kind of ish, and the way I had fell just happened. It was kind of another freak accident. So, but yeah, as soon as it happened, I knew what was wrong and I knew what had happened. So it wasn't too long like in the doctors like I knew, but I came back strong. I took care of myself every day. Every week I was in the training room with Jeff and everyone just trying to get stronger and stuff like that. And I actually think it benefited me a lot being able to be hurt, because I was able to take all that practice time that I would be preparing for games and stuff like that. I was able just to learn new techniques and stuff like that and things. And there were so many new things that I had wanted to try within my routes and stuff like that. So I was able to learn and like grow so much from that time.
You're such a fierce competitor. I know that. You did play in one more game after that. Was it hard to make the decision to redshirt? Because I know you want to be on the field for every minute.
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely something that I had put a lot of thought into, a lot of time with my parents, the people that were close to me. There was a lot of phone calls and stuff like that. So yeah, just really just doing what was like best for me at that moment was something that like I had to do, and I really took everything into account. But I think that that's what was the best decision at that time. So,
how much of what you did this past off season was to go into this year with the confidence and the hope that you put yourself in the best position to be able to play a full season this year without interruption by injury?
Yeah, for sure. That just comes down to diet and like nutrition, and then also like the way I train and like recover. I'm not really much of like a junk food person. Like I'll eat it here and there and stuff like that. Have like candy like every now and then and stuff. But like at the end of the day, like I eat like really like healthy food. I cook a lot of my meals like just at home in my kitchen, and I don't know, I'm just like a freak about all like the health stuff like that. So really that, and then just being able to have all of our like strength coaches, like all the lifting, running we done, I think it set me up really well.
What do the meals look like? Chef Wysong, what are you fixing?
Yeah, I cook like a variety of different things. Actually, I'm really into cooking a variety of pastas, meats. Breakfast is definitely my favorite thing to cook out of like anything. I love like mixing and matching and doing this and like adding like a bunch of different like items onto like all my food, like seasonings and different stuff. So I really like to experiment, and that's definitely one of like my like at home like hobbies that I really like love to do.
Okay, give it up. What's the body fat right now? You must monitor it. We look at you and we know there's not much junk food in there. It's got to be ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, I'm not sure what my body fat is, but I don't know, probably not too much. I mean, I do eat a lot of rice, spinach, healthy stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I bet you with your metabolism, you're burning through that in a blink.
yeah, for sure.
All right. So, Luke, now let's fast forward to week 2, and it's the number 21 team in the country, the Arizona Wildcats. What an opportunity for the team. What an opportunity for you. You have a phenomenal game. Maybe start with that catch in traffic. You go up between 2 defenders. I wasn't even sure Devin should have thrown the ball. You're not a tall guy. Somehow you out-jumped him and came down with it.
Yeah, for sure. Whenever we were on the field at that moment, I knew it was third and I don't know long, and whenever they had given us a signal, I knew Caleb was going to be covered just by like the coverage they had out there. So I was like, all right, Dev's going to like throw me this 50-50 ball, and I think those are something that I really like thrive on the most, and just being able to go up and like go get the ball. I don't know. That's something that I've always loved to do. So,
Nice
yeah.
little celebration there at the end, too. Huge first down. You guys went toe-to-toe with them, and you showed off everything that you've got, right? I mean, the yak, the yards after the catch. You catch a touchdown pass in this game. How fun was that battle?
Yeah, for sure. It was great just being able to go out there, and I knew it was going to be a big stage, but that's something that I've really been looking forward to, and having all those lights, cameras, people like looking at you, like whenever that time comes, like that's whenever I want to shine the brightest, and that's what it just comes down to, like preparation all week. Yeah, like you could train for like the like routine play and stuff like that, but in those big like high pressured moments, like those are what like you like really have to like train for, and just like really like think about and like put yourself in those situations like during practice. And like that's what I also try to do. I try to tell myself during practice, like, all right, like play this one like it's 3rd and 5, and like we need this first down. So I just like try to put myself in like scenarios all week.
What's it like playing with Devin Dampier? D4 is now your starting quarterback, and Dev's. It looks like he's going to have an incredible season.
Yeah, for sure. Me and Devin, we get along really well. Me and him share a lot of the same common interests. But it's great. Dev's very unpredictable, and he's not just like a robot out there on the field. And I think me and him kind of both showed that like this past week, because we kind of just made something happen that like really like we weren't supposed to like even do, and like we just like made it happen and stuff like that. But me and Dev like are on the same page with like everything, timing, speed, everything. And I think being able to have a savvy like good quarterback, but that can also run and throw the ball like extremely well is like a huge benefit for our team. And just being able to have someone back there that like you trust is like really like a blessing.
Give us an example. What was one of the sort of improv or off-script plays you guys pulled off?
Yeah, for sure. So one of them, I had a catch on our sideline, and Dev had like rolled out, and I kind of just like put my hand up, and he like threw it, and like I kind of had to like toe tap on the sideline. But that wasn't even like supposed to happen. Like I was supposed to end up like blocking, but like we just like made things happen. And then there was another catch. It was closer to their sideline, but like it wasn't even like supposed to like be like that kind of throw or like in that like general like direction. But we just like played football at the end of the day. So it's
You
fun.
guys share interests, you told us.
Yeah.
What are some of the interests that you guys share?
We're both jokesters, and he kind of got on me after the Mount West Media Day because I said that he does never take anything serious, but he does. He has a very serious side to him, but most of the time, we're just laughing and stuff like that. But we both like good food. Me and him go around, try like a bunch of different places, and shoot, we both like to dress, fashion also, like it's a very like common thing nowadays. So like I don't know, we both just share like similar interests that and like music and stuff like that too. So
So a lot in common.
Yeah.
You just mentioned Mountain West Football Media Days. You've been able to go out there and represent your team, and I see you do that, and you do it so well, and you represent your program and your university and your state just amazingly well. And you do it in front of a lot of lights and a lot of cameras, like we're doing right now. And I think back to when you arrived on campus freshman year. You've done some serious work over your lifetime to overcome stuttering, haven't you? Because it's just amazing how comfortable you are now in these situations.
yeah, for sure. That's something that I've had to work on since I was like really, really little, and it's still something that like I still struggle with, like getting words out and stuff like that, and even like especially like in the first like few like interviews for like our media day, like it was kind of rough for me, and like I wasn't like smooth speaking and stuff like that. But I've just been able to learn like over these years like a bunch of different like techniques on like how to like speak like fluently, and like one technique that like I think works best for me is just like starting like your sentence on like a exhale and just like smoothly like going into it. So like that's something that I've had to practice like my whole life, and no matter how good like I think I'm getting, like it always comes back. So like I have to like re-practice and like do like other things just to like teach myself like those ways. So
Do you feel like you're kind of setting an example? You hope that maybe some folks that they see it and you know what, I struggle with those same things. Look how well he's doing, that you can kind of give them, the hope. Oh, you know what, I can overcome that.
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just something that like like I used to get like made fun of and stuff like that, and like people used to tell me like a bunch of different things like whenever I was younger, but I never really like let it get to me and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, like I know like I'm improving and getting better, and it doesn't really matter like what other people think, like, and like it's a part of me, like it's like who I am. So yeah.
You mentioned being made fun of when you were younger regarding stuttering. Similarly, but completely different front, social media is something that's very prominent now. And after week one, we know there were a couple of opportunities for the team to make plays at the end of the game, and they didn't happen. And sometimes social media can be a terrible place. It can be a wonderful place, but it can be a terrible place. And you received some messages after that game that were not good. But then I think we also saw after that the very best of social media and the best of what the media can offer in terms of the outpouring of support that you had after that happened, because everybody makes mistakes, and it was a single play and an amazing career of which you're going to have many more great moments. So talk about how that was, dealing with that, and how you're able to overcome it so quickly. You played another amazing game against Arizona the very next week, and how appreciative you were of the outpouring of support.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely did receive some messages after that game, but at the end of the day, I'm the one in the helmet. I'm the one out there playing. I'm the one that has gone through all these workouts, prepared myself this certain way, and I don't ever like let those things like affect me or like get to me. And I'm a very like mentally strong person, and I know what I could do, and I know the ability that I could play to. So I took it on the chin, definitely. I was definitely kind of beating myself up about it, but at the same time, I had to accept it and just move on. But I think that allowed for like extreme growth in myself, and just being able to see how like I prepared like the week for like Arizona. I was like super focused. I don't think I dropped one single ball in practice, and like I just went out there and like would think about that. I'd be like that play like I could have made. I just like thought about it all the time, and so it's good. I use it as a motivator, and like you could either like just like sit there and like dwell on it, or you could like learn and grow from it. So I think I definitely took it in the right way and just was able to like move myself forward.
And how cool that your coaching staff, your team, your quarterback, that immediately they went right back to you and you got opportunity after opportunity against Arizona
Yeah.
and you were able to come through for your team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. It was great just knowing that, like no matter what happens, they have my back and stuff like that, and they trust me, and they've seen like all the training that like we've all done, and it's nothing new to any of us. So just being able just to know that my coaches and other teammates support me was like really like good for me to feel.
Something that Lobo fans might not know about you is that actually before you even started playing football, and you have a football playing family, but you rode motocross when you were little. When did
Yeah.
that start? How did that start? And how close were you to taking that? Because I know you told me you guys you were getting a trailer together and you were going to travel and race.
Yeah, for sure. So I think I was like 3 years old, like when like my parents had got me like my first dirt bike. It was like a little like 50cc bike, and shoot, I just rode around like the cul-de-sac like with like training wheels on it, like crashed into the brick wall a few times. Like me and Evan both like fell completely in love with the sport, and we would like go to the track all the time, go ride all the time. And I think I fell in love with the adrenaline rush and like how like dangerous it was, and like the high flying fast speeds. I think I fell in love with that and how like risky it was. But yeah, we had this whole like travel trailer like set up, like we were gonna get homeschool like everything, and but then my because my dad like put us in like every single sport, both my parents did. So then we played like our first season of football, and it was game over after that. Like we would still go ride every now and then, but we are like, nah, like it's football.
This is
So,
what you want to
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Okay. So dad played at UNM, uncles played at UNM, your mom was a volleyball player at UNM. How long have you been thinking about putting on the cherry and silver, and how cool is it to be in your fourth year representing your city and your state for the University of New Mexico?
Yeah, for sure. It's great, and I feel very blessed every day just to be able to come out here and really just play in front of the same people that have been watching me like my whole career. So like people that have been able to watch me from youth football to high school and now to college has been like really like cool because they've seen like so much growth in me, and I think this city has like sometime been like thriving for like people that will come here and stay here. So just being able just to be like that person and just to try to be like a light in people's day has like really like benefited me a lot.
You definitely have been that. I was thinking about this, the idea that you get to play at the University of New Mexico with so many of the guys you grew up playing with. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys, a couple of your teammates, and you guys are together at Cleveland. Do you still hold the 4x100 state record in track?
Yeah.
Who is on that? Tell me the lineup. Who are the guys in the lineup? Who ran lead? Who ran anchor? And can you remember the record-setting race?
Yeah, so there's 3 guys on the team that were on that race. It was my friend Meech, and then it went me. I was the second leg, and then passed it to Evan, and then Evan had passed it to Murph. So
your younger brother, Evan.
yeah,
And then David Murphy, who's
Yeah.
a safety on
yeah,
the team.
yeah. So yeah,
He
so
was
it
the anchor?
Yeah. So it was us 4, and yeah, it was great. High school track was awesome.
Was that the state championship meet when you
yeah,
said it?
yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yes,
obviously
sir.
a state title, a state record.
Yeah.
The experience of literally coming through youth football and through middle school and high school and now at college and having all these guys that you're so tight with and now get a chance to play with them, I can't imagine how satisfying that is.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it's not something that everyone gets to do ever. So being able to just know like the really ins and outs of these guys and know like what they've been through, like even in just like their personal life, and know like their why and stuff like that. Like I see these guys working so hard, and I know why they're doing it, and so it's just like really cool. And I feel so blessed every day just be able to come out here and like do like the things that we do and like go through all these hard trainings and stuff like that. So
You probably had a little bit of a strength advantage most of the way, but what about the battles with Evan growing up? How competitive was it?
yeah, me and Evan are super competitive, and yeah, like both my parents are, but we both get it really like from my mom.
She's the super competitive one?
Yeah. She's the one. Yeah, mom, if you're seeing this, yeah, she's the one that's super competitive. Even like her and like my dad, like always like super competitive with each other, and like we go play golf and like she'll like get like mad at herself whenever she's like not doing good and stuff like that. So it's funny.
All right. You did something that's pretty rare. You were able to take a punt back for a touchdown a couple of years ago. Take us through that play from start to finish and what you remember, and then finally making it to pay dirt.
They told me this in the meeting like the next day that we had like safe punt on, so I wasn't even supposed to like field the ball like or anything. I had no idea.
You're
I was
supposed
just
to let it go.
yeah, I was just back there. So I was like, all right, and then I get the ball and I had like felt like a lot of pressure coming from the left side. So I was like, all right, like this is not gonna work. So then I had ended up going back towards like midfield, and then I just saw a cutback lane after cutback lane. So I was like, I'm just gonna keep hitting it and just keep riding this wave and like see where it takes me. And then I eventually got out to the open field and I seen the punter and like two other people, and I was like, yeah, I gotta get in the end zone. Like I just have to do everything possible just to get in there.
It was a fight to the finish, man. Do you remember it?
Yeah, for sure. That was like, such a cool moment for me. But yeah, just being able just to like make all those other guys miss and just like finish the play like in the end zone was really cool for me.
Take us even farther back. Your very first game as a Lobo, you busted out. I mean, I think it was 7 catches right out of the gate. A personal record for you until just last week when you had a chance to break that personal mark. But do you remember your Lobo debut?
Yeah, I do. That day was very special to me, and just being able just to go out there because I played my last high school game on that same field. So just being able to kind of pick up right where I had left off was really cool and a very special moment for me.
What do you think that the Lobos can achieve here in 2024? Everybody has seen what the offense has been able to do against 2 really tough opponents here at the start of the year. You got another tough one in Auburn coming up. But talk about the transition to a new coaching staff and kind of how far you think this team might be able to go.
Yeah, I think really the sky's the limit for this team. And I know like the wins and loss column may not show that right now. But if you really look deep into our team and what we have right now, we're making tremendous strides everywhere. And Coach Mendenhall stresses to us about capability and being consistent, and we're an extremely capable team. We just have to be more consistent and eliminate the little mental errors here and there, because those are what's killing us right now. And so really that just comes down to practice and preparation and putting yourself like in those moments in practice, like throughout the week, and just creating like scenarios so that way whenever the game comes, you've already seen like everything happen so many times. And I think we're so close, and I think we're a very willing and a very capable team, and I'm really proud of everyone. We come here to work every day, no matter the results. So we're a very resilient team.
Luke, this has been so much fun. Thanks for spending time with us. Best of luck the rest of the season. Go get them.
Yeah, thank you.
Luke Wysong, our guest on the Lobo Pod.
The Lobo Pod is a production of UNM Athletics.